Welcome back to more MMA Talk with your host, the J-Man. And now I want to talk about the light heavyweight division. So let's talk about the light heavyweight division. Right now, it's all about the phenom, Jon Jones. Jon Bones Jones. What an unstoppable guy. His climb to the top, outstanding. I mean, it's like a superhero story or something. It's really hard to believe, but it's so incredible that it happened the way it happened. So Jon Jones, what a talent, what a tremendous talent. What are we going to do with this guy? Who are we going to put him up against? In order for a guy to really look good, he's got to have a decent opponent. He's got to have decent challengers. So who do we got? Here's what I say. Did you see that Lyoto Machida, Randy Couture fight? Oh my God. Did you see what happened in that? Lyoto Machida, that was totally awesome the way he ended that with the flying crane kick, front kick. Wow, that was so devastating. Unbelievable. If he can do stuff like that, and that's his new approach to fighting, man. Got to put this guy in more main events. He is totally back on course. Lyoto Machida, I'd say with that performance, you really gotta consider him for a title shot. I mean, he's got to be next in line. That fight with Rampage Jackson, you gotta almost toss that out the window and ignore that, because I mean, he looked good in that fight. If it came down to my personal choice, I saw Machida dominating. I think he should have won that fight. I don't know how on earth they gave it to Jackson. I think that's pretty crazy. Yeah, man. If anything, just discard that. But at least have a rematch. Give Lyoto Machida a rematch against Jackson for retribution, But I believe Machida should be the number one contender. The only other possibility would be Rashad Evans, who's been on the shelf for so long. I mean, you're not going to just throw him in there against Jon Jones in his first fight. He's been he's had a lot of time to train and everything, but he's coming off an injury. So, I mean, they've already booked him against, I forget who they booked him against, but it's kind of like a warm-up fight, which is fair. So, but even if he was ready to go, I don't think you can give him Jon Jones right away, because you got Machida. Machida, not even that long ago, Machida clearly beat Rashad. I mean, he devastated Rashad. You gotta look at Machida and say this guy is the most deserving of a title shot right now. Yeah. What else? Okay. Looking at what he did to Randy Couture. Who else has done that to Randy Couture recently? Like, nobody, man. The only loss he had was to Nogueira, and then before that there was the Brock Lesnar knockout, but that was at heavyweight. Since then, he's been on a winning streak. So really, Machida all the way. Does Machida have what it takes to beat Jon Jones? That's really a tough call. I think it's going to be a very exciting fight. That's why I'm going to promote it. I'm going to support that one. And I think you should too. As fans, you should campaign to see Machida versus Jon Jones. But what's probably going to end up happening is Dana White's going to look at the winner of Rampage Jackson versus Matt Hamill, which is coming up, and he's going to consider them for a title shot. But only if they come out with this big, braggadocious, dominating performance. I don't think that's going to happen. It's going to probably come down to a decision. And I'm going to say Rampage Jackson beats Matt Hamill. But, Rampage, he's not in the league for Jon Jones. that doesn't make for a very, interesting fight. That's going to be pretty predictable, I'd say. Jones is going to wipe him out with his striking. He's way ahead on the striking. Rampage just doesn't have the tools to deal with Jon Jones. So, that's too much of a predictable fight. It might sell tickets, but I think it's predictable. And, I don't even see Rampage. Okay, let's say Rampage knocks out Matt Hamill. Let's say he knocks him out in the first round. That would be worthy of a title shot. If he could do that. Okay, let's say Rampage knocks Matt Hamill out in the third round. Does he deserve a title shot? Tough call, because Matt Hamill, really, Matt Hamill, how high up on the rankings is he? Saying that you got a victory over Matt Hamill, is that really something to brag about? Rich Franklin got a victory over Matt Hamill. Where's Rich Franklin at, He's not in line for a title shot. So, they're probably going to look at the winner of Rampage and Hamill. It's probably going to be a unanimous decision for Rampage. And they're going to go, okay, should I give the title shot to Rampage or should I give it to somebody else? And if that happens, I think that what they should do is make a rematch between Machida and Rampage, and that'll be your number one contender. In the meantime, Jon Jones doesn't have anybody to fight. But that's okay. Jon Jones can take a little bit of a hiatus. He's had some back-to-back fights within a short time limit, so give him a little break. Rampage, Machida too. I think that would be really good this time because there would be more on the line. Title shot hanging in the balance. I see Machida totally winning that fight. The only way... I'm just not interested in seeing Rampage take on Jon Jones. I don't think that's going to be a very good fight. I want to see somebody really challenge Jones, and I think the only one there right now is Machida. Machida, the only one who can do that. So, let me know if you guys agree or disagree. I look forward to hearing your comments, and I'll see you next time.